Zolder in Belgium, the venue for the second round of the Formula Opel European Union Series. But before we catch up with the action from Zolder, let's take a look behind the scenes at two of the teams that help make up this competitive field. Thimmler Motorsport may have moved on from its one-man band days, but the team's sole purpose is still to give Walter the best chance to win. The 1995 German Formula Opel champion and his team are sparing no effort in helping him follow in the footsteps of 1988 German champion Heinz-Harald Frentzen.
It's a one-man show around Walter Thimmler, and I think he will be the next after Jochen Rindt, after Niki Lauda and after Gerhard Berger driving in the Formula One.
The Viennese, himself the son of a racer, knows all about the pressures of the sport. He's handed over the day-to-day business of running the team to allow himself to concentrate on getting the best out of himself and his car on the track, in what he considers is his make-or-break year. Speed Sport Racing, Team Lohr, was founded in March 1997 by two friends, Ellen Lohr and Silvana Röglin. Lohr, a German touring car ace and ex-single-seater driver, and Röglin, a PR and media wizard, put together the 10-strong team to run their Formula Opel program with a simple objective.
We want to push women in motorsports, but also we want to push talents, simply talents in motorsports. That's our goal.
The all-female management team runs Katja Müller and Stefan Haak. Team manager Frank Rohr was Ellen's mechanic in her Formula 4 days, and he comes to them from Keke Rosberg's Class 1 international touring car team. Most of the crew also refugees of the now-defunct ITC. And that depth of experience will be vital as the team moves up the motorsport ladder. Marcelo Battistuzzi of Brazil, the winner at Brands Hatch, starts from pole, but as the green lights come on, he has to fight a huge power slide to get away from the grid. Second fastest qualifier, Austrian Walter Thimmler, battle on his hands. Giovanni Montanari, Andrea Piccini and Sepp Koster banging wheels as they try and take third place from him. Stuart Saggers in the black and pink car tucking in sixth. So this massive 30-car field swinging around the lake. And Battistuzzi leads it, Thimmler, Montanari third, despite the best efforts of Piccini. Then Dutchman Koster's in fifth, and Saggers, the Englishman, in sixth place. Piccini, 24, climbing all over the back of Montanari, number one. But he'll have to look out for Koster, who's looking very feisty early on here. And Stuart Saggers coming under pressure as well for sixth position, number four, but drama. Montanari's hand is out of the cockpit. He's slowing down. Giovanni Montanari running wide at the chicane as everybody streams by him. And it looks as if he is really out of this race. He's slowed to a complete halt. So Montanari out of it, and there are changes all the way down the order. Everybody really very aggressive in this opening lap before the routine settles down. And it's a round of the German Opel Series as well, so this is a very important race indeed to some of these drivers. So they stream through, Battistuzzi and Thimmler, then a gap, then Piccini, the Italian, then Koster and Saggers, and then Gregor, Geuenich from Germany, and there is Montanari in the pits with gearbox problem. the Italian, out of this one. But his teammate Battistuzzi still leads it from Thimmler. Thimmler was 4th at Brands, 2nd at the moment, so he's doing even better here. But look further back. That's Marco Stipp on the left and Goncalo Gomes going past him. The Portuguese taking 9th under braking, a great move. And trouble at the chicane, contact. That's number 3, Alessandro Morelli, almost losing control in the middle of the pack. So over the line they come. Marco, 55, determined to take 9th place back. Geuenich holds on this time, and it looks as though they're closing on Jorg Bergmeister just ahead of them as well. Now here they come, right with Bergmeister. This is 8th, 9th, 10th and 11th now, because number 29, Stefan Haak, is right in there. He's ahead of Marco, he's in 10th position. So fantastic dicing at the front, in the middle and all the way down through this field. And trouble at the chicane, number 3, that's Alessandro Morelli again. We saw him getting the other chicane wrong, and he's got that one wrong too, but no problems with chicanes for teammate Battistuzzi. Maybe Thimmler, maybe Piccini, maybe Koster can get in on the act. This is the battle for 14th. Robbion Landgraf, Marco Nevalainen and Katja Muller, and very, very sideways there. Jeroen Reichens, nearly taking off Englishman Michael Graham. 22, very sideways. That's Ernst Poppenberger. And Morelli again in number 3. Morelli having a very, very exciting time. Here they come again. Poppenberger leads them. Oh my goodness. Mika Talasvori, the Finn. Looking again, he's locked everything up long before they turn in. And the Austrian just sat there and watched as he ripped the wheels off on his car and slid straight out of the race. So Battistuzzi's away, and Piccini now closing on Thimmler. Piccini looking for a way past, but no chance here. He's not quite close enough. And Katja Muller in the pits. Well, dreadful luck for the German lady. She didn't even complete a lap at Brands Hatch and out again. Now, here comes Piccini. He's alongside under braking. Through he goes, but he's lost momentum, and Thimmler comes back around him. Fantastic move from the Austrian. Really kept his head there under pressure. Clever driving indeed. So Thimmler still 2nd, Piccini 3rd, Koster 4th, Saggers 5th. Saggers, wretched luck at Brands Hatch in qualifying, ran really strongly in the race, and doing so here again, really pressuring the Dutch driver into locking his brakes there. Here's the battle for 15th, Nevalainen on the left, Zunino on the right, the Brazilian, and Dekarski, the German, waiting for it all to go wrong. Zunino, the Brazilian, takes 15th from his Finnish rival. There was that rain on the camera lens there. It looks dry here as the leaders come by. As you can see, they're all still on slick tyres. It started as a dry race, but rain now could be a real drama for them. Here's that 15th place battle again. This time Dekarski on the brakes past Zunino, and a big slide from Zunino. Well, yes, water droplets on the lens. Well, it's definitely raining here. Well, that's not slowing Nevalainen down. He's out braking Zunino as well, but Zunino, not a man to give up, and fighting back all the way, wheel by wheel, out of the chicane they come and onto the straight. Nevalainen and Zunino side by side. Great racing. Nevalainen has the line. He'll have to be brave on the brakes. He is. And Zunino is forced back. But look at the way they're sliding. They're all over the road. Zunino under pressure from Harold Procik of Austria. Procik can't get past, so the Brazilian holds that place at least. Back with the leaders then, and hard to tell whether or not it's wet here. The tyres aren't shining particularly, nor is the road. The drivers will know, of course, they'll have water on their visors. But it may not be wet here. It may only be raining on one part of the track. So, well, it's definitely raining here. No doubt about it, and you can see it quite clearly now, raining heavily there. So, Battistuzzi, Thimmler and Piccini now spreading out. Thimmler, the Austrian, they're leaving tracks on the road, so you can see it's wet here as well. The Austrian dropping back, and very sensibly too as well. And the leader was wiping his visor there. Well, big slide for Justin Sunkel, and he's already lost his nose as well. The leaders sliding out of the chicane onto the start-finish straight. They're on the walkie-talkies, clearly discussing the weather, the officials. It's over half distance, so they could stop the race if they wanted, if they thought it wasn't safe to continue and declare a result. But everybody now has to be very careful indeed. Mirko Israel, the German, out of 11th place, rejoins. For Battistuzzi now, real pressure, not from behind, but from inside. He's got to keep going. It's very wet here. And that's Nevalainen running out of road. And Stuart Saggers as well. Saggers trying to get past the fishtailing Italian Piccini, and Saggers runs out of road as well. Well, that contact put him out. And everybody's at it now. Rain is really falling very heavily, and cars scrabbling for grip. With the no tread on these slick racing tyres, it really is almost like driving on ice. Battistuzzi's got to keep it together. Thimmler's dropped well away. Battistuzzi must stay on the road and keep up some kind of pace. This rain really coming down now heavily. That's one of the Campos team cars, number 9. That's Zunino. We saw him in action earlier. Spinning and recovering very well indeed, but the red flags are awaiting the leader. They're going to stop the race. Well, no doubting that is the sensible decision now, to stop it before all these spins result in somebody getting injured. So as Battistuzzi crosses the line, delighted, I'm sure, and probably relieved in equal measures. Delighted to have taken his second win in 2 starts, and certainly relieved not to have to slither around the final 3 laps. So Battistuzzi delighted to win, Thimmler second, Piccini third, and those 3 particularly, I think, showing commendable wisdom not to push home the race battle when conditions really didn't allow it. Victory at Zolder for Marcelo Battistuzzi was richly deserved. After a good showing in the first race at Brands Hatch, where he qualified 3rd and came through to win, the young Brazilian came to Belgium full of enthusiasm. A convincing run in qualifying secured pole position, from which Marcelo dominated the early going. But as his rivals closed in, the weather did likewise, and Battistuzzi was forced to use all his evident car control to keep up the pace on a track that was like a skating rink to the slick-shod Formula Opels. Happy to win at Brands, at Zolder he was thrilled.
This is the best race I ever did. Last race I won race in the wet, and I did well in 70 dry, but this was special for me because it was a lot of pressure in the race, a lot of pressure, track changing, and it's nice to get the driver today.
Can you name this American IndyCar competitor who drove in the 1989 Formula Opel Euro Series? We'll have the answer for you in a moment.
You're watching NBC.